Boozed and Confused is a comedy and weird topic podcast. Adult language may be used, probably by me. While our episode topics may be educational in nature, we are not responsible if your children start dropping the F-bomb to their kindergarten class. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Carolan,
this is Matt.
and you are listening to another episode of Boozed and Confused.
This is Boozed and Confused.
If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If this is a returning listen for you, also welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Still don't know what you're doing here.
For today's topic, we're keeping it a little bit lighter.
Like, this is either lighter or, like, really bad. I think it's just light, though.
Yeah, I think it's lighter. Well, we're not talking about how, like, aliens won't come visit us because they've deemed us to be...
Too stupid.
Yeah.
We're like termites to, the aliens. You know, actually, I was thinking about that. You know how they're talking about these, like, stars that are, like, 100,000 times bigger than the sun. And then there's, like, planets that are going around that thing. Could you imagine if there's, like, a race of beings where we're, like, the size of, like, maybe not ants, because that's a massive scale, but, like, you know, cockroaches or something.
Maybe that's us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, I'm not doing this. We picked a light topic on purpose. So before we get into today's topic, a couple of notes from me.
Ooh, and housekeeping from her.
It's all housekeeping.
Oh, you just changed the word.
I did.
That's genius.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's been stuck in their houses for too damn long, and the word house at this point is just triggering. So.
Oh, I've been calling us cave trolls for the last, like, 5 days.
Yeah. All right. Couple of things from us before we get into it. The first is, if you are on social media and you want to come hang out with us and see some dank memes every now and then, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if that is not your jam, but you still want to connect with us and send us a message, you can do so by sending us an email at boozedandconfusedpodcast@gmail.com.
If you are into dank memes and you want to send some to us, my favorite one right now is it's that one picture. It's like a monk praying, and then there's some, like, scantily dressed lady, and on her backside it says sea shanties.
Yeah.
And on him it's like me trying to live a productive life or something.
Yeah.
If you just send me that, no changing to it, like, I want to collect those.
Great.
I want to collect the meme.
All right. Awesome. What else? What are the
Oh,
other
I'm drinking
housekeeping?
coffee, and not Bailey's, but it's called Carolans.
Yeah, it's pretty close to my name, off by an N and an E, but
Yeah, is it just one N?
one N. Yeah, that's fine. That's good though.
Or are there two N's on it?
No, I think there's one N.
But there is no apostrophe S. It's called Carolans.
Yeah,
So, like, it's like there's, like, many Carolans.
Yeah.
There's not possessive.
exactly. All right, last housekeeping item, and then we're gonna get into it. If you like the pod, maybe it's your first time listening and you actually make it through the episode, and you want to support us, you can support us by subscribing and giving us a rating on your platform of choice, especially Apple Podcasts.
Preferably a high rating. If it's a low rating, you can just keep your thoughts to yourself.
If you think the podcast is shit, you're probably right, but don't tell everybody else.
If you can't say anything nice on Apple Podcasts, don't say anything at all. Go yell at someone on Yelp.
Oh gosh. All right. And that's it.
Yeah.
So let's just get into today's episode.
Yeah. I feel like things have been furry lately.
Mm-hmm.
But not like
Not like the furry kind.
not like the furry kind, but
Yeah.
like, you know, like furry, messy,
Yeah.
like sloppy. There's like 3 or 4 reasons I think I'm feeling this way.
Uh-huh.
Like things are legit furrier than usual.
Mm-hmm.
There's like civil unrest and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
spoiled milk and such.
What is the spoiled milk?
I don't know, stuff about January 6th, I guess.
Oh.
People are angry that the milk's
Yeah.
been left in the fridge too long and it's kind of chunky now, kind of spicy.
God. Okay, yeah.
The cream's not so creamy, it's more
Stop.
chunky.
Okay, yeah, stop it.
Number 2 is that things are just about normal and I'm actually just paying attention.
No, I think it's been kind of a weird year so far.
Well, it's only February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, it is Valentine's Day.
Oh, we totally forgot.
If we didn't just
After we just
stuff
feasted.
ourselves, yeah.
C? Am I on C now? Yeah, I'm on C.
You numbered just so people get an idea of where Matt's mind is. We have notes that we kind of go off of, and he numbered them 1, 2, C4.
Oh, do you see what I did there? You think
that's
I'm losing my
clever.
mind as I wring my
Clever.
hands in the
Yes.
background? No,
Yeah.
C. I have a horribly negative worldview.
Also true.
Oh. 4 is all the above.
Yes.
C and 4 combine.
Yeah.
And boom, we
And
have
boom.
our answer.
Today's topic.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe like being home so much, like being on our own.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this is where like humankind kind of like has to face itself.
In the February Chicago winter.
Yeah, but like we all leave our caves after the plague and we're all the better for it.
I just have to say, I'm not like a big like hugger or like touchy-feely person, but you bet your asses as soon as I get my vaccines, I'm going to fucking hug everybody. I'm going to hug your grandma. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to hug everybody.
I want to make
as
a
soon
promise.
as this is over.
I want to make a promise to French kiss an uncomfortable amount of people.
All right.
But that's horribly inappropriate.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
I don't know.
There's still mono season and flu season, so.
Ooh. Not even worried about it. Look, there's a lot of snow outside. We're going to get between 1 and 12 inches.
Yeah, the news report literally said
That's
today.
garbage. That's trash news. What kind of news is that? Oh, it might rain or not.
So, for anyone who's listening and isn't in Chicago, we've gotten a lot of snow so far this winter, particularly from like mid-January on. And so today we got maybe 2 inches of snow a couple days ago. And then today it was supposed to be like no snow and then like a light dusting tomorrow and then nothing Tuesday. And then all of a sudden the sky rockets into like, I don't know, 8 to 12 inches. But one of the news outlets literally said, depending on where you're at, you could expect anywhere from 1 to 12 inches of snow.
Yeah, I think this is kind of where the lake
Yeah.
kind of helps us and hinders us. Like,
Yeah.
the lake protects us from things like generally like really bad tornadoes, right?
I don't know how that works.
I seem to remember hearing that
I didn't do
somewhere
very
or
well in
reading that
science
somewhere.
classes, to be honest.
Well, this isn't science. This is weather. That's not science.
I just pretend to be a meteorologist. I regurgitate everything Tom Skilling tells me.
Yeah, you
so.
just like all of his Instagram posts. I don't know. There's a lot of snow coming, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I'm really thrown off by why all the ice on our roof is melting, because it's like 3 degrees outside.
Huh. So much for global warming.
Am I right, guys?
All right. Should we get into it?
Hey, yeah, also, yes, we should. Happy President's Day, everyone.
Yeah, I'm totally celebrating President's Day tomorrow
Do you
with my
think-
day off.
Do you think the sitting president celebrates President's Day?
You know who I'm sure will celebrate President's Day?
Daddy Joe?
No, Trump.
He's not the president, though.
But he was a president, former President Donald Trump.
Do you think the
It's
White
his
House...
day, okay? It's his day.
It was. Do you think the White House staff surprises the president with a cake or something. I think that would genuinely surprise Joe Biden.
Yeah, because he might think it's like his birthday or something.
Guys, it's not my birthday.
All right.
Where's Barack?
All right. Okay. Topic time.
Yeah. What is the topic? C4 seemed to be like a reference to something explosive.
Yeah. All right. So, you have probably heard on the news over the past week or so that explosives went missing from a military base in California.
Yeah, this is one of the things that came onto my radar because you are my news source. You are my news.
Very biased news source.
It's either you tell me the news or I like doom scroll until like 3 a.m. So I kind of lean on you for the news.
So depending on the source that you're actually reading from, it might be a really vague story if you're trying to get details. What we do actually know right now is that 10 pounds of C4 went missing from a Marine base called Twentynine Palms, and it's in California. It's like a few hours from LA, I think, but it's right near, what is that, like Joshua Tree?
I have no idea what that even is. Joshua Tree? Is that like a really big tree? Is that where all the redwoods are?
Stop it. We'll have this conversation offline.
I've never been anything west of Iowa.
That's not true.
Where are we gone further west than Iowa?
Fucking Colorado. Look at a map. Dear God. All right.
Is it one of the rectangle ones?
Oh my God.
You're so aggressive.
Just the confidence you had in how much further west of Iowa.
We have like a scrolling thing of pictures of us in Colorado.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, yes, we know 10 pounds of C4 went missing from Twentynine Palms Marine Base, and there's a group that's been training there since January 15th, and their training was set to end February 18th. So, like, just a little over a month. And it was reported in the news like February 4th-ish or so maybe like 10 days ago from today, that the C4 went missing about 2 weeks prior during a long training exercise, which would put it towards the end of January that this went missing.
I was going to make like a funny joke about how you think the guy felt whose job it was to like count stuff at the end of the day, and he just like miscounted, and then you called me out for not knowing that Iowa's east of Colorado. I feel like the joke's gone. I feel like I'm the joke. Look, I thought I was saying west.
Oh, what kind of compass you reading, boy? All right, so Matt told me he feels really stupid because of the Iowa-Colorado thing. So to make you feel better, it wasn't until a couple of years ago when I started traveling for work. I don't really know anything about out west, especially California. I thought all of the Sans, like San Diego, San Mateo, San Francisco, I thought they were all together in California. So I thought it was really stupid. We had separate offices for all of them. Turns out they're not even close.
Stupidity likes company.
Yes.
Look at us. Who'd have thought? Look at us.
Who let us have a podcast?
We did.
So
this is America.
The Marines are offering a reward for the return of the C4. So if someone genuinely stole this, do you think they'd be dumb enough to bring it back? Yes. Like, this could lead to like a really murky, like, black market of stolen military grade explosives. Like, steal it, sell it back to them, profit. Yeah, but like you're for sure gonna go to jail, I think. Is that the reward? Justice? Yeah. The reward is you doing the right thing. Oh my God. Go to jail. Yeah. So a little context on Twentynine Palms, because I thought this was really interesting and I didn't really know anything about it, but it turns out it's a big deal. So the military use for this base goes back to like the 40s, originally run by the Army. 52, it's turned over to the Marines. And then I guess like 1979, it becomes what it's known as today for the most part. That's like the gist. There's a lot more history behind it, but not really relevant for this. The fact that they're
saying who can have the base. That's news to me. All right, well, this is a Marine base. Well, now it's an Air Force base. Well, now it's a Navy base.
Good luck, everybody else. So I thought this was interesting. The Twentynine Palms area has a population of about 25,000. So it's about 12,500 active duty. There's like thousands of family members. 1,200 retirees, which is kind of interesting. And then, 21,000 Department of Defense contractors. So kind of interesting. So it's around 1,100 square miles of the high desert, which makes it larger than some small countries. They'd have to be pretty small, I think. But it's one of the largest military training areas in the nation, which I think is the interesting part because I had no idea. Not that I really keep in touch with anything military related.
Yeah. Let me add that on my list of military bases that I know about. It's like 3 bases.
So far it's 3, and I know about them all because of this episode. So this is typically used for training before troops are sent to Iraq, or maybe not typically, but that's one of the uses. And something that I thought was kind of weird, but it's probably pretty normal for military stuff, is they have something called Combat Town, which is like 274 acres. But it's like a replica Middle Eastern village, basically, that they do training in. So it's got a mosque, native role players, something called IED Alley, other immersive touches. I don't know.
What?
It's super weird to me.
This is like Nuketown and
exactly.
Black Ops, only not.
Yeah.
Not like 1950s, U.S. chic.
Yeah. No, it's kind of creepy. But another fun fact, when I was reading up on this topic, and Twentynine Palms specifically, I found an article that talked about the 5 worst Marine Corps bases to live on. Twentynine Palms was number 1.
Smack dab, number 1.
And I'm guessing it's because it's so freaking hot, and probably how far it is from the major cities.
Yeah, but you have Combat Town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and my paintball bros are going to go out there.
Yeah. No,
gonna
thank
LARP
you.
so hard.
Oh my god. Okay, well, it's worth noting that it's not the first time that things have gone missing on a military base.
Yeah, there were 2 rifles that went missing at Lejeune, base Lejeune. Is it? Yeah.
Something. Yeah, sure.
Which happened to be number 2 on the worst bases to live on.
I could see why.
This was back in December of 2019. And again, during a training exercise, which was at the base in North Carolina. Couldn't really find any updates saying that they've found anything, so it's assumed that they're still missing. But their commander and sergeant major were fired because of this.
Yeah, and I think it's too early to really know any fallout that would come from this Twentynine Palms incident of the C4 going missing, but I have to imagine somebody's getting fired.
But that doesn't solve the problem of finding the military grade.
Someone's got to be the fall guy,
This is like in soccer. It's like, oh, you lost 3 games in a row? Here's the boot.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck.
You lost 10 pounds of C4? But seriously, though, what could have happened here? How do you just lose 10 pounds of extremely powerful explosives? Did they, miscount to begin with, and those 10 pounds just never existed?
I like to think that this one's the funniest because I imagine that someone's doing the math at the end of the day and they're second guessing themselves and then just panicking.
Well, weren't you the ones saying you were looking at Reddit and Marines just love to rip on other Marines?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Calling them crayon eaters.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. The USMC subreddit is full of a bunch of Marines who are, I think, current and former, and they just absolutely shit on one another, which I think is the funniest thing.
Right. I was going to say, like
the self-deprecating humor is my kind of humor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it does definitely feel like they're making fun of themselves in the process,
Yeah.
but the insults and just the way they artfully craft an insult.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, it's art.
Yeah.
It is art. I like the crayon eaters though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. The red ones taste the best.
Right, so maybe they like miscounted 10 whole pounds.
Uh-huh.
It'd be wild if some guy just kind of like walks up to it, picks it up, goes, "Yep, that's 8 pounds."
Well, so
Like, how
I
does it
guess
work?
like for people who are maybe not super familiar, or if you don't want to look up or like Google what C4 looks like, it's basically what the military uses is like bricks almost of C4. And they say that one brick is enough to a brick or a brick and a half is enough to like explode a car. So 10 bricks, 10 pounds.
That's a lot of explosive.
I think that's how that works out.
Well, like I know in Call of Duty, it's like a beeping light, and you always just throw it and you hit the trigger right away, and you kill the guy around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always killing people.
Yeah, Call of Duty is like very factual.
Super accurate.
Yeah.
Super accurate. Maybe someone stole it to maybe sell it.
I hate this option.
I mean, it's not unheard of. In 1997, 6 Marines were charged with trying to sell machine guns. That's not it, though. They were also trying to sell anti-personnel mines, rocket grenades, plastic explosives.
Like C4.
Ooh, and other weaponry stolen from military stocks.
I just have to know like how. All right, I think there's two sides to this. How dumb do you have to be to think that you would get away with this? Or how many other people have done this and gotten away with it, and that's why things like this happen?
I think the best person to tell us how dumb you have to be is another Marine saying how dumb another Marine is.
Yeah. Yeah, if there are any former Marines that listen, I think we would love to hear your input on this, either the rifles that went missing or the pounds of C4.
Or like, what's the worst thing you've ever been called by a fellow brother in arms?
I just want to hear the insults.
I want to know. I want to study this. Growing up a redhead was, I wouldn't say it was rough, but it was easy to pick something out to make fun of, at least.
Yeah.
I want to know that, like, the most creative insult you've ever made or like have been given. I want to hear that and the sea shanties meme.
Oh my God. All right.
What's crazy though about the case in 1997 though is that these Marines were also based in North Carolina.
Oh.
Scratching the proverbial chin.
Yeah, something's in the water in North Carolina.
It's probably water bugs.
Yeah, LSD.
Yeah.
So that's also not the only time that's happened. Just oh God, I was going to say a few years ago. 2013, which is not a few years ago anymore.
It is. Just like 2008 was like maybe 5 years ago.
So there were 7 active and 7 former U.S. Marines who were, I guess, arrested and charged out of this like huge ring of people who were trying to sell military weapons, and they were part of drug trafficking as well. And that was in California. But these people are accused of stealing and selling military equipment from Camp Pendleton, which actually I'd have to go back and see if that's on the worst top 5 bases to live. But they were selling things like Kevlar helmets, high capacity magazines, night vision goggles, gas masks, bulletproof vests. I just want to know like how the process of this works, like how they'd be smuggling things out, you know? And what's interesting is I was reading some stuff about 29 Palms just from Reddit comments. So take this maybe with a grain of salt. But they were pretty much saying that there's like huge swaths of 29 Palms that's like no fence, like just not fenced in. And they find people who are maybe like drug addicts on the like skirts of the base who are trying to steal metal and like scrap it for money. So yeah, I don't know. Someone feel free to call me out on that if that's bullshit. That's just what Reddit said. So
Reddit's never wrong.
yeah, no, never. Especially not about the Boston Marathon bombing or anything like that. Definitely not about GameStop stock.
No, they were right.
Yeah.
I guess people just stopped holding the line.
Yeah. The last option is, I think, probably worst case scenario, and in my mind, I think the scariest is if someone were to have stolen them for personal or political use. And I think this one is really top of mind for everybody just because of what we've been learning about the Capitol arrests. That just shows how many people have military backgrounds who were involved with January 6th, and it's like 14%, so almost like 1 in 5 people arrested from the Capitol have a military background.
1 out of 5 is 14%?
No, I said near, like almost 1 in 5. So 1 in 5 is 20%.
It's 20%.
Yeah, so 14%.
14, okay.
So almost 1 in 5.
Yeah, those are numbers.
Yep.
Those are numbers.
Yep. And Iowa is east of Colorado.
But it's west of Illinois.
Matt's a hobbit. He can't help it. He doesn't know. So, yeah, I think we've talked a lot about the sort of like white supremacy and military involvement and how we wanted to do a topic on that for a while, but
things are just so heavy.
Yeah,
Things
trying to keep
so
it
heavy.
light for now because that is a really heavy, like that'll probably be a two-parter.
Maybe next week when things aren't so heavy. Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to lie. Like when this thing first came out, I immediately thought there was a direct connection to January 6th.
I mean, we don't know that there isn't.
Right, but
other than the timing, but
right, the timing. But at least it's not painfully obvious that it is connected.
Well, I guess we'll have to see, but
I don't know. I have to look at a map or something. That's my first priority.
Yeah.
Look at a map.
So that's kind of where the story ends. We don't really have anything for closure. We just think that this is a really interesting thing to kind of keep an eye on. And realistically, this could be nothing. This could be somebody literally miscounted, misplaced something. Or the story gets deeper.
Well, I know miscounting 10 pounds is something I would most definitely do. Whether it's like just bad math or just being like, oh yeah, I totally counted a number just now.
You seem like you're trying to put together really good selling points for yourself to join the Marines.
I think being a redhead disqualifies me because I don't have a soul. I don't have a soul.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you got to have a soul in order to protect your country.
Join.
Yeah, and they would smell me a mile away.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'd see all my freckles and just be like, you steal too many souls. Mm-hmm. You can't play with us.
It's too sunny here.
Yeah.
You can't sit with us.
At least Harry Potter's not as popular because that was a pretty popular nickname. Ron Weasley was pretty popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring that back.
You can bring it back. I kind of miss it.
Yeah.
And Ron, in the end, is a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's not too
And
bad.
the actor, he bought an ice cream truck, and he gives away free ice cream.
That's really wholesome. That's a great way to end today's episode because that's very wholesome.
I was gonna say it could be really cool or really creepy, but he's doing it to be a cool guy.
He's not kidnapping people that we know.
Yeah, was it Rupert Grint? Is that the guy
that's
who
his name? Yeah.
played? Okay.
Yeah.
Who played Harry Potter? Who played Harry Potter? What's his name?
Why am I blanking out?
Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe. I love his new movies. They're so weird.
Very weird. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one where he has guns like screwed into his hands, and he's wearing like a bathrobe and slippers the entire movie. And that just like, that's the energy I want to have this year.
You can have that energy. There's nothing stopping you but you.
Look at my feet.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm not wearing a robe though.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we leave things off today. If there's like a big update in this, maybe we'll do an update for it. But otherwise, I don't know. Kind of weird.
I know. Hopefully it's small enough where it could be like, oh, by the way, they totally found the stuff, or they totally miscounted. Everything's cool.
And not requiring an entire separate episode.
Right. Or that like random like midweek update.
Yeah, no, because that means it's really bad. So we don't like midweek updates.
I don't like working during the middle of the week.
Yeah.
No.
So, all right. That's it for today. Thanks so much for joining us. And we'll see you next week. We release new episodes every Monday.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Hopefully not a Thursday.
And hopefully not a Thursday, because that means some big shit's going down.
Right.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.